talk nerdy to me.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Nerdy Girlfriend, and today we are in beautiful Sacramento at the Star Trek convention, which is also connected to two other conventions at the same time. There's also Quantum Con going on, which is for Doctor Who, and there's also Avalon Conquest, which is for gaming, all different kinds of board gaming like D&D and stuff like that, although I don't know if Dungeons & Dragons are here. But we'll find out. We're gonna go down the road and we're gonna figure out what's going on right now. All right, we are here with this awesome Pathfinder table and the Fort of Awesome, or the Town of Awesome, right?
Town of Fort Awesome, yep.
Town of Fort Awesome. And Ben here is going to explain to us a little bit about Pathfinder, what we're seeing here, and how you guys can get involved if you want to in the community.
Sure. So this is, we call it a delve. It's a short 20-minute introduction into Pathfinder. This is set in the town of Fort Awesome, where you defend this city against a horde of rampaging goblins. And it's a great introduction to Pathfinder Society. SACPFS.com is how you get involved in the larger community, where you can join adventures that run 4 to 5 hours, 2 or 3 times every week, as much as you want to play. It's a great community. Yeah, that is what we're showcasing here.
Awesome. And so anyone can just come up, and you have these pre-generated characters here of different classes and stuff, and they can just pick whichever one they want. Absolutely. Join in the game.
That's right.
Is there like a particular class that you like to play?
My favorite, I started out, my very first character was an Order of the Paw Halfling Cavalier, and that's actually whose town this is. His name is Mundinkus Fameworthy, and when he became famous, he started the town of Fort Awesome, and that's why we're here. In fact, if you notice, the town is built around raising dogs and wolves for the Order of the Paw.
That is really cool. So it's just like a continuing storyline with your character.
Yeah, absolutely. So while he has his own fort now, it's not very fun to run it. So the player characters are brought in to run the town for him while he goes adventuring. And little does he know, as soon as he leaves, the goblins come.
Of course, like the big guy leaves and all the goblins come, hey, we can take this. And
yep.
No. Well, thank you for talking with us. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, and here we are with Brent, and he's going to explain to us Dungeons & Dragons. If you guys don't know what it is, you guys should go and play it.
Sure. So, yeah, let me tell you a little bit about Dungeons & Dragons. Basically, Dungeons & Dragons is a group storytelling game. Each of the players get to run their own character, and then they have one person who runs everything else in the story.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like I've been playing Dungeons & Dragons since I was like 15 years old.
Right.
And for me, it was like you could finally get into your final, like when you read like Lord of the Rings,
right,
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And a lot of Dungeons & Dragons, from what I read, was based on Tolkien mythology.
Right. Yep.
And so it's really, if you want to be Legolas or Aragorn, you can build a character that could be that person.
That, like,
and then
simulates that character.
Yeah.
And then you get to play Legolas for a day, or or even better, your version of Legolas. He's got your name or her or whatever. And it's a lot of fun. So what we're doing here is, at the convention, is with both Dungeons & Dragons and Pathfinder, which is just another version of Dungeons & Dragons that's come out recently. Both of them, they have a public gaming system. They both call them organized play. For Pathfinder Society, Pathfinder is Pathfinder Society, and then for Dungeons & Dragons, it's Dungeons & Dragons Adventures League. And what that is it's an opportunity to have 4-hour adventures. They have these pre-made 4-hour adventures set up that you can build a character, and you can sit down at any organized play game with a table of characters that are about the same level, and you can play with them, and you don't have to be in the same group every week.
That's awesome. And where can, like, say someone wanting to get into this play, how can they get it? How can they contact you guys?
Sure. The best way to do it right now is to go to a local game store like Randy's House of Games. Go down there, and they will get you all hooked up for both Pathfinder Society and Adventures League. You can also go online. If you go to paizo.com for Pathfinder Society or wizards.com for Adventures League, they have a bunch of information on how to build the characters and where some of the games are being run and that sort of stuff. But the best way to do it is just find out where a game is, like go to your local game store, find out where a game is, and then just show up. Most of the time they'll have like these pre-generated characters that are all ready to go. So your first game or two, just grab one of these, sit down at the table, have some fun, get some dice, have some fun, and then you'll have a better idea of how to build the characters and get a little bit more technical about it, but just have fun.
And is this a good place for people to go they've heard about Dungeons and Dragons, they want to try it, but they don't know anyone that's playing and they want to learn how to play it? Is this a good way for them to do that?
Conventions are a fantastic way to do that. The thing about conventions is, the cool thing is you get all these people who don't normally get to come together. Like I have friends from the Bay Area, or depending on what convention I go to, like nationwide, once a year I'll go to this big convention and I'll get to see them there and have friends and we'll get to play together. And yes, it's set up to come in, grab a character. You can do that at these just as well, and all weekend long you can, by the time if you come in at the beginning of the weekend, by the time you're done you can walk away with like a level 3 or 4 character ready to go for your local game store or the next convention or whatever. So it's a great experience.
Do you have a favorite class that you prefer to play than any of the other classes?
I actually have been playing this special class called an arcane trickster. He's like a rogue. He can do spells, so I found a sneaky way where he can cast some of his range spells and get his sneak attack damage on it. So I sneak around, and I'm having a lot of fun with that. I let my wife play that character too. She likes it. So.
And do you always play a male character, or have you ever played a female character?
Me personally, I like playing my own gender. I just can identify it with it more. But I run a couple of games a week, and it doesn't matter. Genders, classes.
I was just asking in a game that I'm currently playing right now. It's we have a sandbox kind of setup where you can come in whenever you want and you can play for how long you want. And I have a character that's a drow. Right. She's a female drow. And then I was just recently playing her husband, who was a male tiefling. Right. And he was the most obnoxious character. Nobody liked him, but he was awesome. But thank you so much for talking with us.
Glad to help out.
Thank you so much. This is such a great opportunity for everyone. And everyone go out and sign up and go play some games.
Yep.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Talk nerdy to me. Talk nerdy to me.